Hey everyone, it's Deanna, and I'm here with a process video where I'm scrap lifting this layout by Cathy Martin. And this is actually a layout that I worked on last month for a different project. And I decided not to go with this layout, and I don't remember exactly why, but I did know that I was going to post this layout to my own YouTube channel. So that's what I'm doing now. And the basis of this layout is, so basically it is every once in a while, when I'm missing my mom or just kind of feeling like I want to document something about her or, about our friendship or whatever it may be, I will do a layout. And sometimes, I've even done like art journaling or something like that where I'm doing more journaling type layouts. And a lot of times I don't post those as a video. But this time I actually had been listening to some Missy Higgins, and there is a song that she sings, and it's called The Sound of White. And it really makes me think of my mom when I hear that song. And so there isn't any real deep journaling or anything like that on this layout. This is going to just have the lyrics to that song, along with a photo and, obviously the embellishments or whatever that I use on the page. So I am using products from the Hip Kit, and I want to say this was the July or June Hip Kits. I don't remember exactly, probably July. But just gorgeous papers, I love especially that blue ombre. It's super, super pretty. And I like that one that's got the splatters of all the different like paint splatters and black ink splatters, that type of thing too, because it just looks handmade. But I'm using those two sheets, and I just split it not quite down the middle, but between the two sides. And the reason why is I knew that I was going to have the song lyrics down the left hand side, which is what really inspired me to scrap lift the layout by Cathy Martin. And so I needed to have something that, the words wouldn't get lost. So I didn't want to use a full sheet of that very colorful paper. So this takes me a really long time to do, and I didn't, videotape all of it. I was just trying to like get certain pieces of what I did into the video so you could see, but obviously, I cut through all of those different pieces and laid them out because I needed to make sure that they would fit on the page. And so I did that. And then now I just added some India ink, which I have really been enjoying using lately. I used to be where I just basically use nothing but Heidi Swap Color Shine. And I really like the Heidi Swap Color Shine. The problem I had with it is that it did not dry very well, at least for me. And it wasn't all of the inks either. It was mostly just like, of course, the ones I used the most. So like the gold and the black. So I've been just experimenting with a couple of different inks, one of them being the India ink. And then I've also been using a lot of the shimmers products, and those all dry really well. So the India ink takes a little bit longer to dry. The shimmers dries right away. But the thing that I like about the India ink is that it dries almost kind of thick, and it almost looks like it belongs on the page. It's just kind of a rich black color, so I like that. And the shimmers, what's nice about them is I do miss a lot of the the shimmery shine from the Heidi Swap, and I get that from the shimmers. So I like them both. I've been really satisfied with using both the India ink and the shimmers. So here, I just laid down a strip of washi tape in the middle just to join those two pieces of paper, and I did back the layout on some black cardstock. And I'm using this frame to frame out the photo of my mom, mostly just I really like the pop of, it's not color, it's white and black, but I like the pop that it kind of gives on the page. It's just very bright. And, I have that kind of going on all over the page, and I just didn't want the photo to get lost in that. So I felt like it needed something that would make it stand out. Now I cut these words on my silhouette, and I don't remember exactly the font I used. I want to say that it's Pacifico because That's what I use a lot when I want to do a script font. But part of me feels like I'd use a different font for this. So if anyone's really truly interested, I could figure out what it is. But I really was struggling a little bit with where I was going to put those words because I wanted to make sure that they were on the side of the photo there, and just kind of like hugged the photo. But I needed to make sure that it wasn't covering up any of the words for the song. So I did end up popping them up, and I did use the fun foam. I just cut it down into strips and then just, taped it onto the back. And I was really excited because I thought, oh, great, like the fun foam you can just kind of mold it to the word or to the letter. And it was kind of exciting because I didn't have to cut off like lots of little pieces. But I learned pretty quickly that if you're using like a dot adhesive, it doesn't, or probably even like an ATG, it doesn't stick forever. So because of the pressure of it wanting to go back to its original shape. So what I did was I just used some wet glue and that worked perfect. So for the ones that were coming apart, I just went ahead and just added the wet glue. So I was able, by using the foam and popping that up and so that it could lay on top of the frame, I was able to make that fit in there. And then these pieces are some exclusive die cuts from the Hip Kit. And there was a few months there, in fact, it happened again this past month, where we got so many different embellishments. And one of the things that we got was these packs of exclusive die cuts, and there was just a bajillion of them in there. I mean, I used those die cuts, and I still have a ton left. So, and I love these puffy stickers. Those, again, were some exclusives. I think for a couple months there, we were getting a lot more exclusives just because of some of the issues with, I don't know for sure, I'm just guessing, but I assumed it was with some of the shipping issues that some of the clubs were experiencing. But I don't know that for sure. I'm just saying that because I've noticed like this past month we had less exclusives. There are some still, of course, but it's just a little bit less. So, and I'm using these really super cute puffy hearts by Freckled Fawn. And they're silver. They're super cute. They come in with hearts and plus signs. And so you can see, I think I showed the bin earlier too, but just tons and tons of these exclusive die cuts. I even used a ton of them in like Project Life, and I still have so many left. So I'm just continuing to use some of those pieces to just layer around the frame. And that little tab up there says Real Life, and then the one below says Remember This. And those little dots that are underneath the flower, those are some more puffy stickers. So that's basically the end of the layout. There is a still shot coming up at the end. So thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time.